lovely inhabitants of the earth. I need to stop saying So this video is going to be all the books that I've read so far this year. There's only 6 because I read pretty slow, but I read. Also, school has been slowing me down. I told myself that I'm not allowed to read anymore for fun until I get done with my project. And my project is reading the Iliad and Song of Achilles and writing a paper on them, like comparing them. And I haven't started that yet. So I haven't read anything this month yet because I told myself I wasn't allowed to read for fun until I finished reading for school. And then that has just made me procrastinate reading for school. But anyways, that's not the point. These 6 books are the ones that I've read so far this year, and literally more than half of them are Hunger Games books. So if you don't like the Hunger Games, I am so sorry in advance because this video is mainly Hunger Games. The first thing I read this year, the first book that I finished this year was The Hunger Games. And I don't know why I hadn't read it until now, but I grew up loving the movies and my mom loved the movies. Let me just tell you, my mom is a psychopath because when Mockingjay Part 1 came out, we went to see it in theaters, and since it's only half of the book, it ends on a cliffhanger. So my mom went and bought Mockingjay and only read Mockingjay. She didn't read The Hunger Games or Catching Fire first. She just bought Mockingjay and only read Mockingjay. She's a psychopath. Anyways, the first book I read this year was Hunger Games, and I loved it. I honestly think that the Hunger Games franchise is the best book-to-movie adaptation I've ever seen in my life. They did it so well. There were a few things that they left out because they were pretty dark. I don't know if they left them out because they were dark or just because of time's sake, but they did so well with the movies. I think my mom just got back. I'm gonna go tell her I'm filming real quick. Okay, what was I saying? I went to tell my mom and my stepdad that I was filming, and my stepdad wanted me to inform all of you that I got to talk to him and that was a big highlight of my year so far. So anyways, oh, I was talking about the book to movie adaptations. They are so good. I love them. So I grew up with the movies, loving the movies, and I had never read the books before. Don't let the hardback fool you. I listened to this. I listened to the whole series in audiobook form because I have a pretty long drive to school every day. And so on the way there and back, I would listen to the audiobooks. My thoughts on The Hunger Games, 5 stars. I love it. Suzanne Collins knows how to write a book. She did so good. There's really not much else to say. Katniss is a girl boss. We love her. The Hunger Games is a staple in dystopian novels. That's all I gotta say. So, Hunger Games was first. Then I read Catching Fire, obviously. Well, I listened to Catching Fire. I ordered them all after I listened to them because I was like, holy crap, why did I never read these when I was younger? I need them in physical copy right now. So I ordered them. So Catching Fire, I want to say Catching Fire might be my favorite out of the 3. But I feel like I'm just saying that because it's everybody's favorite. It's so good. They're so hard to choose from. Either the first or the second one are my favorite though. It was wrapped up so well though. But anyways, 5 stars, really recommend. It's an awesome series. Suzanne Collins knows how to write a book. The third book that I listened to was obviously Mockingjay, but I'm currently lending it out to one of my friends because she borrowed the whole series and she's on Mockingjay now. So I listened to Mockingjay. It was the perfect wrap up to the series. The last line could not have been more perfect. It was, again, I say, Suzanne Collins knows how to write a book. She just baffled me. With every word that I listened to, I was just like, wow, that was genius. Sometimes I wonder how authors do it. Even though I want to be an author and like I've written stories, when I go back and reread my old short stories, or not my old ones, but not like from middle school, not the she woke up and realized it was all a dream short stories, but like the actual good ones, I'll be like, how did I come up with this? I just don't understand how authors do it. Like, how does she come up with the Hunger Games? Blows my mind. Anyways, perfect last line, 5 stars. The fourth book that I read this year was Maximum Ride the Angel Experiment. This was actually a reread because I read these in like 8th grade. And then late last year, I found out that there was a new book coming out that correlated with this series. And I thought The Final Warning was the last book. I thought the series ended there. I thought there were 8. Well, there's 10 in the actual series, or maybe there's 9. And then there's 2 with a correlating series. I don't know exactly how they work, but all I know is that there's 3 that I haven't read yet. So I decided to reread the series. I have them all. After I found out about the new one, I bought all of them and then I reread this one. I haven't gotten back to this series yet. That's only because of school and because of my never-ending TBR, but I will get back to it and I will finish it eventually, probably sometime soon. Maximum Ride Angel Experiment, 5 stars. It was really good. It's very fast-paced and it's definitely aimed towards younger readers. So if you don't like YA, you probably won't like this. I read a bunch of reviews on Goodreads that said it felt like it was written by a 12-year-old, but I really liked it, so I guess to each their own. But it's definitely geared towards younger kids. But James Patterson is one of my favorite authors, and I loved it. So 5 stars. You will see very quickly if you continue to watch me and follow along with my videos. I give out 5 stars pretty easily, but that's not to say that they don't deserve it. Like, some people are very stingy with their 5 stars. So then when they put out a video where it's like, every book I've ever rated 5 stars, then it's like, whoa, these must be really good because it's really hard to get a 5 star from him or her. I'm not like that. I will probably never make a video that's every book I've ever rated 5 stars because there's too many. But when an author does a good job, an author does a good job. So I give them out easily, but I think they deserve them. So the next book that I read was The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Someone please tell me how the prequel is gonna be bigger than any of the other books in the original trilogy. It was so good though. This one was another 5 stars. How do I even begin to describe this book? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It's about President Snow and his life. It takes place right before the 10th Hunger Games, and it takes you through the 10th Hunger Games and then afterwards, and Snow's role in everything when he was 18 years old. And it's told from Snow's point of view. So I was extremely scared that it was gonna make me like Snow. And it did not. She did a very good job of keeping the villain, even when it was being told through his point of view. I really don't know what else to say about this book, except that the plot twist took me by surprise. It starts off pretty fast-paced, and then it slows down a lot towards the middle end, and then at the very end, it picks up again. The very end is like 3 chapters of bam, 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 and it blew me away. I love this book. I gave it 5 stars. It was hovering around 4 for me until the very last chapter, and then it blew my mind and bumped it up to 5. So the most recent book that I've read this year was Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, and I don't own that. I read it for school, but I thought it was pretty good, so I decided to mention it in this. It was very good for school material, and it wasn't very long at all. I think I gave it 3 stars, or maybe 2.5, just because it's not my style. I say it's not my style. The writing style was not my style. The actual content of it, love it. Because if you know me, Merlin is my favorite show of all time. Arthurian legend is one of my favorite things in the world. So Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, I was really excited to read it whenever I found out we were gonna have to read it for school. So I read that and I enjoyed it. It wasn't like mind-numbing to read. It definitely wouldn't have been something I would have picked up on my own, but since I did have to read it for school, I liked it. I don't own a copy of it. I read it out of my textbook. So yeah, that's all the books I've read so far this year. Hopefully I will get my schoolwork done. After this video, I'm gonna go read the Iliad. I promise. I'm gonna start it tonight. That is all the books that I've read so far this year. Hopefully there will be more. Hopefully I'll read more than 2 per month from now on after I finish my school project. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. I hope you stay a while.